All right, let's get into it. Today, we're going under the hood of one of India's absolute titans, Reliance Industries. I mean, this company is everywhere, from the phone in your pocket to the groceries you buy. So let's break down what really makes it tick.
You know, you see these giant companies and their massive results, and it's easy to just go, wow. But the real question, the one we're going to dig into, is how. How does a company this huge not just maintain, but accelerate its growth? And maybe more importantly, what's coming next?
So, if you're looking for an answer in just one number, boom, here it is. A 76.5% jump in profit after tax compared to last year. That is a record-breaking profit for the company. But honestly, a number like this isn't the end of the story. It's the kickoff. So let's unpack how they actually did it.
Here's the game plan. We'll start with their massive quarter. Then we're diving into the three big engines that are firing on all cylinders right now: their digital business, their retail empire, and their media machine. After that, we'll look over the horizon at their huge bet on new energy. And finally, we'll tie it all together.
Okay, first up, engine number one, the digital giant. We have to start with Jio Platforms, the business that completely turned an entire industry on its head. This isn't just another telco. As they say themselves, Jio was born as a deep tech company. Its whole mission is to build India's digital nervous system.
So think about the big challenge. How do you get super fast internet into millions and millions of homes? Well, the old way, physically laying fiber optic cables everywhere, is just painfully slow, expensive, and really hard to scale up. So what's the Jio way? It's all about 5G fixed wireless, using their own tech to deliver a fiber-like experience, but, through the air. And here's what that tech actually looks like. This little device is their unlicensed band radio, or UBR. The simple way to think about it is like a mini cell tower that they can just pop on a building. It then wirelessly beams high-speed internet right into people's homes. And the magic word here is unlicensed. Because it uses a public frequency, kind of like your home Wi-Fi, they don't need a special license for it, which makes it way faster and cheaper to roll out. It's a total game changer for scaling up.
And the results of this strategy? They're just staggering. I mean, first, just look at the raw scale here. Over 498 million subscribers. That's more people than the entire population of the United States. And this network is now reaching right inside the home.
In fact, they've now connected over 20 million homes. That makes their air fiber service the biggest fixed wireless provider on the entire planet. But see, they're not just selling you a pipe to the internet.
No, they're building whole new worlds on top of it. Take cloud gaming. Their platform, JioGames, already has more than 3 million people playing top-tier video games without needing a fancy console. And that's the playbook, right? Build the massive network, then build new businesses on it.
Okay, let's shift gears to engine number two, Reliance Retail. If Jio is about connecting India digitally, then retail is about being there for the Indian consumer, well, everywhere. They call this their omni-channel strategy, and it's a powerful idea.
Now, what's so interesting here is that this shows they're not just a shop, they're an entire ecosystem. They're involved in the whole journey, from the producers and brands through their almost 20,000 physical stores, all the way to their huge online apps like JioMart. Being everywhere in that chain gives them a massive, massive edge.
And you can see that edge in action right here. In their own analysis, which compares gross revenue estimates, that combined physical and digital approach puts them way out in front of the competition. And what's more, it allows them to be a profitable leader in a market where a lot of others are still losing money.
All right, on to engine number three, the media machine. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because this is where their digital and consumer businesses slam together with incredible force. And there's no better example than what they did with the IPL cricket tournament on their combined JioStar platform.
Seriously, the numbers from this year's IPL are just mind-blowing. They didn't just break records, they totally shattered them. 652 million live viewers on digital alone. But look at that last number, 55 million people watching at the exact same time. That is a new global record. This is what happens when you own the network, you own the platform, and you own the content.
So those are the three engines that are absolutely humming today. But a company like Reliance is always looking ahead, and they are already building their next great engine,
a business they think will fuel growth for decades. And that's new energy.
And this quote from one of their own execs really nails their ambition. He's making it super clear. They're not just planning to make solar panels. They're not just making batteries. They are building an entire integrated ecosystem of green energy.
And this slide just perfectly captures that. On the left, you see the grand plan, a fully integrated business. They're going to make everything from the raw materials for solar panels to the battery packs, and then use that clean power to make green hydrogen. But then look at the right. That's the reality. This isn't some PowerPoint dream. That's a real photo of the massive gigafactory complex they are building as we speak.
Okay, so we've seen the digital giant, the everywhere store, the media machine, and this new energy frontier. Let's just take a breath and connect all these dots. What's the fundamental strategy here? What's the playbook?
Well, when you boil it all down, a really clear four-part playbook emerges. First, build a diverse set of businesses in areas that are set to grow with India. Second, use that geo playbook. Go into a market, shake it up with scale and tech, and make the whole market bigger. Third, they have a hard financial target to double their earnings by the end of this decade. And finally, number 4, use the cash from their established businesses to pour fuel on the fire of these huge new growth ventures.
Which kind of brings us to our final big picture thought. When you step back and look at all of it, the digital networks, the retail supply chains, the media platforms, and now this emerging energy ecosystem, you have to ask a much bigger question. Are we just watching a company build businesses, or are we watching a company actively build the core, foundational infrastructure for India's entire economy for the next half-century? It's a huge thought, and that's where we'll leave it. Thanks for tuning in.